All right, everybody, a new school year means new opportunities for student athletes, and physical education is a critical part of shaping young minds and teaching kids how to be at their very best. No one knows this more than Marvin Linder. He is the man with the plan down there. Marv knows what's going on. So, Marv, congratulations on a new school year. I know there's opportunity in what we provide to our young people through the magic of sports. And this sports year is going to be rather interesting because if you guys didn't see the announcement from GDOE, there is a new sport that you can participate in if you are a high school student athlete. So can you give us a little bit of context about that, Mark?
Yes, we added three sports this year: bowling, beach volleyball, and dance. So,
Cool.
dance is the one we haven't figured out yet how we're going to do it. I still have to meet with the person in charge of the Allied Dance Group and make sure we can situate how each school can be represented and so forth.
Well,
But once we
our
get that
friend
meeting
Caesar,
done,
he's a very involved in Guam's dance community. So
yeah,
no,
and I've
I
had
just think that's fantastic. So I mean, competitive athletics, the performing arts. I mean, it all goes hand in hand. So I guess you just got to figure out team dynamics, scoring system, win loss record, or whatever. And coming
yes,
off the Olympics, everybody's into it.
I know. I saw that in the Olympics, the breakdancing and stuff. That was pretty cool.
Okay. And the fact that bowling is now an official interscholastic sport, because when I was in high school, my senior year back in 1992, there were a few bowling clubs, but it was basically just like enthusiasts and people that were just into it. But I mean, it was obviously like off the official interscholastic calendar. The fact that you can actually be a letterman now and bowl at the varsity level is incredibly fantastic.
Yeah, yeah. We've had it in our constitution, but had the we haven't had a way to implement it until this year. And Deputy Joe Sanchez was able to help us out with um, some funds, so we were able to implement bowling, and we're looking forward to it. I got one of my athletic directors from Guam Adventist Academy, Gina O. She's an avid bowler, so she's going to try to get it started for us and um, get with me once she gets everything situated. But she's already been on the email with Joey Miranda, so hopefully we can figure something out on how we're going to implement it second quarter.
And if there's anybody on Guam that is passionate and knows about bowling, it is our friend Joey Miranda, who just came back from the Olympics and is already heading off to, go do other things, all about sports though. So Joey's in charge of bowling association. He's over there at Central Lanes. He's on the Guam National Olympic Committee and everything like that. So he too is very much involved in sports. So shout out to Joey.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
How excited are you about a new year for interscholastic sports, Marvin? More importantly, like what about our young people and athletes just looking to get back into it?
I'm excited, but with the issues we got going on with schools not opening, right now we only have three high schools opening on the 15th. The last word I got from our emails, and I think there's only three middle schools open. So we're in a bind because a lot of these, especially for first quarter football, we're having issues with teams not having enough players because school hasn't started. And usually what we did, we pushed back the start of the season a week. So when school started, they would give about 35, 40 days to practice before, the first game. But now that school hasn't started, it's almost 3 weeks now. We may have to push back football. I'm going to have a meeting with the athletic directors from all the high schools, including Guam High and FD, all the football participants, and we're going to decide on how we're going to do this, because that's a major concern.
Yeah,
I think volleyball and cross country for first quarter, we should be okay, but football is a big concern.
yeah, football is a little bit more dicey because obviously you need the lights, you need the field, you need like proper and again, the last time I talked to you was about a year ago when we were beginning last interscholastic school year, and you were like, you got to make sure the lights are okay, make sure the fields are coming off of Typhoon Mawa are okay, and as you said, the most important thing is, can we give kids enough time to be game ready and not just like throw a set of pads on them and say like, there you go. And we don't want to play an Ironman football as hardcore as they might be. We want them to be in good shape.
I know, and it seems like every year something happens. Last year it was Malwar. This year it's public health inspections, and unfortunately, it's very. I've been very stressed out about first quarter sports.
Well, we
And
don't want that because you are a very positive guy, so we don't want any.
yeah, it's just hard, because you want the kids want to participate, but they're not in school yet. So, in a lot of the high schools, we have 4 high schools that don't know if they're going to have a team yet because they don't have the kids in the class. A lot of times the kids can't make it to practice over the summer. So when school starts, that's when they practice football. And so that's been a big concern. And I sent out an email to all the athletic directors earlier, and then I informed them of the situation. So we'll see how it goes. Tomorrow school starts, so Teedson and JFK and Sanchez will have school, so their numbers may increase. Then were 3 of the schools that we weren't sure if they won't have enough players. So, but we may have to push back for the start of football for sure because we need to make sure the kids have enough practice time in pads. We don't want anybody going out there the first weekend and getting injured because they're not in shape.
Exactly.
So that's a big concern, and so we.
And if you guys are, the one redeeming quality I would say of GDOE, especially on the athletic side, is you've always been really, really creative in giving kids, the opportunity to play. So could we possibly see some, consolidation of a couple teams? Like say, if one school doesn't have enough and another school doesn't have enough, they could link up and they could make like a full squad.
Yeah, definitely. We did that. I think last year, Teedson didn't have a football team, so we allowed a lot of the Teedson players to go to JFK. And that's what we will do. We're going to try to field as many teams as possible. If 4 schools don't have enough for a team, maybe combined they have enough for 2 teams. So we're gonna allow them. We have a little leeway where we can approve them to combine if need be. So because we only allow 6 affiliations for kids playing with the school that they don't go to, but when there comes time to 2 teams only having 12 players, we could easily have them 2 teams combined so they can have one team.
Okay.
So yeah, we have a lot of leeway in our constitution for that.
Yeah, well, like I said, I mean, I don't need you stressed out, Marv, because you are, like the man who directs everything down there, and kids are really, they admire the effort that you put out and giving them the opportunities. But so let's go back to something more positive. And I cannot get over this. And I know that the format for dance and the scoring system and everything has not been finalized yet. But what are you hearing? What are you thinking right now? Is it ballroom? Is it tap? Is it jazz? Hip hop? And
Jason, I honestly, I haven't met with Caesar, but once I get with him, we'll figure out what we're going to do. And that's a good idea. What kind of dancing are we going to do? We could do different. I mean, we could do 1 year this, 1 year that, or one competition this type and one competition that type. I don't know.
That's a tremendous sport. I mean, both genders can compete at the same time on the same team. I mean, it can be a team event, it can be an individual event. I'm really excited to see what you guys come up with.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I'm not a big dancer, so I'm going to weigh heavily on him and see how we could do this and how we can score it. And coaches are going to get paid for coaching. Previous years, the Allied Dance Group, the coaches were doing it just for the fun of it. Now we have a means to pay the coaches, so it's going to be good. I can't wait.
There you go. And you know what? I mean, dance is accepted in a lot of like major universities. You could, if you letter at the high school level. I know some people are listening to this right now and they're like, really, dance? But hey, if you letter in high school, there is a very good chance you could get at least a partial, if not full scholarship to go to college on a dance scholarship. So that'll take you places.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to it. I don't know what we're going to do, but we are going to do it. We're going to try to do it this year and have it continuously from here on out.
So if you're competing on the gridiron or in the ballroom and everything like that, there are big opportunities for you coming up, student athletes, and we look for you to give us your very best, no doubt there. And Marvin Linder is leading the way over there, so you guys are in good hands. So Marva, best of luck to you on the upcoming season, my friend.
Thank you, Jason. You have a good day.
All right, you too, man.
All right.